Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about my new MacBook Pro 16 inch. I purchased it I think almost 3 weeks back and I had promised to talk about it after using it for some days. I had got this ordered through the Apple online store as soon as it was open and I got it delivered I think within 15 days and I've been using it. It's perfect. It's working really great for me. I'll talk about this and I will talk about the reasons, the advantages, and everything what I want to share about this. First, let's go into the background why I had to buy a machine which is so highly configured. It has 64 GB of RAM. It's a i9 processor. It has 4 TB of SSD. It has a graphic card which costs almost 1 lakh Indian rupees. And the entire machine cost me roughly 5.1 lakhs rupees. That's really a big investment. Why did I do it? I believe that to complete a task in the best possible way, you need really good tools. As you all know, I had got this Canon EOS R5, which is a really high-end camera. I was using the regular Canon EOS R before that. And after upgrading to Canon EOS R5, two things changed. One was the C-Log bitrate. It was 8 in the Canon EOS R and it's 10 in Canon EOS R5. And I was shooting in 1080p in the Canon EOS R, and in this Canon EOS R5 I started shooting in 4K and 8K, and I was really liking the footages, the results of that videos, the type of color grading I could do, and the final output was really impressive. Initially I thought that I will manage with my old MacBook Pro 15 inch, shoot it on 1080p and then export it to 4K. But I was not getting the same quality which I was getting when I was shooting in 4K in the EOS R5 and doing all the color grading and post-processing. After investing so much for the camera, and if I am still shooting in 1080p, I felt that it was not worth the investment in the camera. So I decided that I'll upgrade my hardware. Anyway, I had to get a better machine. So why I went for the best possible configuration is I don't want to upgrade for next 3 or 4 years. So what were the real problems that I was facing when I was using my old MacBook Pro and I was trying to shoot in 4K? Even 1080p, when the bitrate from 8 increased to 10, I was having trouble in editing and many other processes. The file size was really big. To import, it would take long time. After importing, I can never edit it in 4K. I had to use optimized media and proxy media. And to do this transcoding, it was taking hours. And even after I do the transcoding, I use the optimized media. During editing, I was facing real trouble. Rendering, after completing all my edit to render, it will take hours. And after rendering, I transfer it to the compressor for exporting. That will take another hour. So it was like taking a lot of time for me and it was not working well for me. For me, I would want to do my tasks fast. I usually shoot a video. I try to edit it the same day and upload it in the same day. I don't really keep these video footages and then sit and analyze and do my videos. So I wanted to do things quickly, so I needed this machine. Now what happened after upgrading to this machine? Let me tell you, I can import the footages within few seconds, maybe minutes. The transcoding takes hardly like 5 to 10 minutes, not even 10% of what I was taking with my old machine. Then the editing process is so smooth, there's no lag. 8K footages, yes, there are some lags, but 4K, high quality, HQ, no lag. Mostly I shoot in 4K, 25 frames per second, 50 frames per second, and even 100 frames per second. All these things are working really great for me. So editing, everything, even exporting, rendering would take hardly few minutes. So it's like super fast for me. I feel that 4K footages, I will not have any trouble. Earlier I used to use these SSD drives because my drive, the storage in that previous MacBook Pro was only 512 GB of SSD. And so I had to use an external SSD drive for my editing. Now I have allocated 2 TB of space for my editing. I have totally 4 TB space. So 2 TB is dedicated for editing, and I keep moving the files when it crosses some limit. So for me, it's like very easy. I can just carry this laptop, sit anywhere, and do my editing. Otherwise, I would have to connect all these SSDs connected and check whether the space is filling up. And this is again, I think it was 1 TB of space in this, and these SSDs are really very costly too. Another thing recently happened. I sold my old MacBook Pro. I had gone to the Apple store here, local person, and I asked him that I want to sell this old MacBook Pro, which I had purchased from him only 1.5 years or 2 years before, and he didn't even offer me 40% of the price which I spent 1.5 years back. Definitely, these kind of things would get devalued very soon, but I felt that that was too low. I didn't know what to do. I thought I'll keep it for myself because I didn't want to give it away at that low price. Then I put it in OLX and forgot about that. After 3-4 days, I realized that I had put this in OLX and I had got very good offers. And finally, yesterday, I got a customer who wanted to buy for himself, and I sold it and I got the price which I was looking for. So, OLX is a good way to sell electronic products, and this is the first time I am using it. To conclude, this is a really good machine. If you are a person who is looking for a machine to edit 4K or 8K footages, then this is a really good machine. You don't need this kind of machine for your regular work. You would never need this kind of machine for your office work. You just need not even 1/4 the configuration. So don't go for this kind of machine if you are just looking for a MacBook Pro. This machine is ideal for a person who wants to, like, while if you are traveling and you are doing daily vlogs and you're shooting in 4K, then this is going to be a really good machine. Shooting in 4K, storing the footages is a big challenge. I don't store the footages. For example, this vlog, as soon as it gets published, I will delete these footages because these footages are not really important for me. And anyway, there would be footages on YouTube. Travel videos, definitely I am storing the footages because I travel long distances and I really get rare footages, so I don't want to leave that. And 4K, I feel that that would be the future. The storage cost would come down. Now, as of now, the storage is very costly because a small vlog of say 10 minutes would need at least storage of 30 to 35 GB of footages. So that's huge for me. So as of now, I am using some hard drives like these things. This hard drive, this hard drive, and another hard drive is here. Lots of hard drives. SSDs are good to transfer the footage faster. The old hard drives takes a lot of time, but all my old backups I move into small other storages. Again, I have to be very careful because there is a life for the storage. After some time, it will go off. So I don't know what I should do. If you guys have any idea, any suggestion to store your video footages in any kind of cloud or something, or any other backup system which is really affordable, please let me know. I would want to try that. I have been looking for some network attached storage system, NAS, but again, that's too costly. I don't want to spend so much of money on that. Let's see, but I don't want to really lose some footages of my travel, because now when I look at my old travel videos, let's say 3 years back, even that makes a big difference for me. It's like I don't know what to say, but it's like very refreshing. Or you go back to that memories. Yeah, I can see those videos on YouTube, but there are so many clips which I don't use or I have never used, and those are really nice. And sometimes I use it in latest videos also. So that's all for now. Any questions related to this MacBook Pro, please ask me. I will answer if I am able to answer. I am not a very big expert, but I've been using MacBooks for many years now. Apple products are really good. They are really perfect products. So I always want to go. And what about iPhone 12? iPhone 12 Pro is something which I am looking, but you know the price is so high in India. It's like 30 to 40,000 rupees more compared to Middle East. I don't know. It's not really easy to travel, or I'm not going to Dubai or any place very soon. Maybe I will have to buy from India only. I didn't do the pre-order. I thought I'll wait. because it's costing roughly around 1,30,000 rupees without the charger, and I wanted to buy that magnetic loop charger also, the wireless charger. That's again 4,000 odd rupees, and they say it's like 3 to 4 weeks of delivery time. I thought anyway I'll just wait. I'm not in a hurry. I have my iPhone 10s. It's almost more than 2 years old, so I'll use that for the time being, and then I will buy definitely the iPhone 12 Pro. So guys, that's all for now. Bye. Take care.